Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
How pathetic can some people be?
Like video games. I tried sharing video games to girls. I realized they don't really make video games for women. And I figured out why, man. It's because if they made video games for girls, guys would have no frickin' clue how to play them. It's that simple. Like a guy's video game's easy, right, man? You go slay the dragon, chop off his head, and stab him in the face for 10,000 points, right? It's a great game. If that was a girl's video game, you gotta go instead, just maybe talk to the dragon for 2 hours, right? Right, dude? And then you just press the share feelings button 132 times. And then you and the dragon can go level to level chasing rainbows and making snow angels. And you can play with your date all, hey baby, how do I cry for the dragon? Is there a turbo cry button? I don't think the dragon understands. How do I buy the dragon more scented candles? God knows every dragon needs 50 of those in my bathroom while I'm trying to take a leak. This game sucks. I'll give you this though, ladies. Like in a guy's video game, if you screw up, what happens, man? Game over. You dead. That sucks. But if they made a girl's video game, if you screwed up, man, the game will let you keep playing. What? Yeah. It'll let you go to the next level. And maybe let you go to the next level, and maybe let you go a couple more levels. But it never let you forget what you did wrong earlier, would it, man? No. Just remind you every level 50 times? What the hell? That happened 20 levels ago. How many times do I gotta press the I'm sorry button, for God's sakes? You have to press it forever, okay? And you'll still never win, but that's not the point.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOC.
I think where video games lost me is when you stop trying to attack or kill something. Now you build towns and airports and farms and...
You don't have to do that. There's still games that you can attack and kill.
No, I know. But, when they started building cities and doing all this weird stuff, what happened to video games? You have to go beat my buddy, knock him off the road.
What favorite genre of
blow
video
something
game?
Up.
What's your favorite genre of video game, Cameron?
RPG. Role-playing video games.
Okay, and that's where you're in the first person, it's point of view type situation, where...
It's more like you create a character and then you try and roleplay it, so it tends to involve decision making, I guess.
Oh, okay, so you like
building cities.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I do love Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Is that the one where you build an amusement park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that game's sick, man.
Nobody dies in that? You don't get to kill anybody?
No, yeah, you totally can. I like to build giant roller coasters and then delete a section of the roller coaster and just send them into where all the customers are running.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Now we want to know why we have.
Well, that's
terrorists.
That's just if you need a 6-month vacation from your amusement park.
And Unibombers and
you just
Vegas shooters.
You just fire it back up. You just fire it back up. Reinstall that track, and you're ready to go.
If you ever went crazy one day, Cameron, and you were in the position of building roller coasters, perfect setup. You're like, I had this idea from when I was in my 20s, and I'd build roller coasters and watch people die.
Do remember, the Vegas shooters are your guys' age. The Doom era.
No, he was older than us. He was in his, 60s?
Yeah.
Can we stop talking about the Vegas shooter, please?
Well, I'm just saying. It's video games.
Why you bring it up? And I can't fault Cameron on this one, because if somebody was lobbing, the Vegas, you're going to turn into the next Vegas shooter at me, I would definitely fight back. With something.
How old were you guys when when the what was the shooting that happened in Colorado?
Columbine?
Yeah,
Columbine?
I remember.
20s?
I remember exactly where I was. Yeah, I think maybe 19 or 20.
Yeah, that's how old they were when they did it.
Was that when it happened? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it happened when we were at WSU or it was before.
Oh yeah, it was before. And it was interesting because I remember thinking there were some other high school shootings that leading up to that, and I was at work and somebody told me about it, and I was like, oh, here we go again. I didn't even understand the enormity of Columbine.
No, it was 1999. We were in Pullman, or at least I was.
Columbine
happened April 20th, 1999.
I was not. I was at work. So, gosh, that was that late. I worked at that place that long.
So you were 25?
I worked at Dollar for 6 years. I remember exactly 25? Where I was.
Hey, you were 26.
What a horrible job. You ever try to sell people insurance that they don't need, Cameron?
No.
No, he's only done this. Anyways, there was a family in Miami. They wanted the PlayStation 5, and apparently Walmart didn't have it. This is our second dumbass of the day about somebody who wanted a PlayStation 5. This is where you know you're real redneck, and this is why most of our dumbasses come out of Florida. A woman's holding a baby, punches a cop in the face, doesn't even flinch to drop the baby. Here's the report on it.
New video tonight of a dangerous scene inside a South Florida Walmart. A family got agitated when the store ran out of the popular PlayStation 5 gaming systems. The situation escalated, and police say a woman holding a baby punched a female police officer, causing her to fall to the ground. 3 people were arrested. The baby was turned over to her grandmother.
You know what she said when she punched the police officer?
With a baby? Cacao! With a baby in her arms?
Yeah. I'm surprised Dana White doesn't just come crawling out from the bushes and be like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? We need somebody for Fight Island, because that is some serious fighting. If you could be holding a baby and
mom fights
and punching somebody that is a trained police officer, then you're a badass. You are one badass. Like the baddest of badasses.
It would never fly, but I mean, could you imagine moms holding babies going at it?
No, I'm just saying that you don't even have to have the holding baby aspect of it. She could take on anybody, and she would have a shot.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
Like,
yeah, but
Conor
holding
McGregor?
a baby would be even better.
Yeah, because then she'd be like, I kicked your ass, and I was holding a baby,
and I was breastfeeding. We can't. Obviously, we can't. Congratulations, family of Miami. You were Jeff and Jeremy.
Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We load, you cart, you save.
I guess they're going to redo Night Court. They're going to bring it back. There's going to be a sequel series. Let's see. Who was Dan Fielding? Was that the judge?
No.
John
Larroquette.
Larroquette
was the funniest one. He was the sleazy defense attorney.
Oh yeah, he's the best, right? He's going to be in it. He'll be in it for sure. He was Dan Fielding.
He's great. He was in an episode of Parks and Rec where he was it was in, I think, season 2. He was Leslie Knope's mom's teenage boyfriend, and they found him. This is when she was dating that guy that was married to Jennifer Aniston. And they go and they find John Larroquette, and he's still funny to this day. Like, that dude is way funny. But he was hilarious on Night Court. I'm glad he's going to be part of it.
I guess the judge. Remember, Harry Stone was the judge's name.
He's passed, yeah.
And but his daughter apparently. I don't know if she was in the show or if not. It was so long ago. I don't remember. When did that?
This is one of my
84 to 92.
This is one of the more underrated sitcoms. I mean, it is just great.
Anyways, the storyline is going to be based on his daughter, Harry Stone's daughter, who becomes a judge and follows in her father's footsteps and presides over cases in the Manhattan arraignment courts. And so, let's see.
I hate reboots. I'll tell you this right now. I hate reboots.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, was it Melissa Rauch? Melissa Rauch from The Big Bang Theory is going to be an executive producer in it. You know who that is, Cameron? I know you watched the show.
I think she's the really attractive one. But
I am unaware. I do not know.
Is it Rauch? Is that how you say that? R-A-U-C-H?
She's the blonde one on. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of her right now in the article that's loading. She's so incredibly pretty. But it's funny because in Big Bang Theory they make her. She got the Ethel Merman treatment in Big Bang Theory. Like Ethel used to always
look like the old hag.
Ethel was told that she had to be. This is what makes me not like Lucille Ball. I've heard rumors that she was always told that she had to weigh more than Lucille Ball because if she didn't, then Lucille would get upset.
I've heard that too.
And the show would not go on.
Did she wear glasses in Big Bang? Yeah, I think she did. So
Yeah.
she was the blonde that wore glasses.
Yes.
Was she somebody's girlfriend?
I don't know, but she's like, if you ever see pictures of her online when she's not in Big Bang Theory garb, like
Nerd-
she's
nerd attire?
walking a red carpet or something like that, she's incredibly attractive.
Incredibly chested. Holy cow. At least that's what this picture looks like. All right. So anyway, she's the executive producer behind it. And for Night Court fans, maybe it'll be some nostalgia and it'll bring back some of the.
It's one of those that, we have so many ways that we watch TV now. In my house, there's Pluto TV, there's IMDb TV, and there's all these different ways that these old classics can survive, and you can see them on demand.
But they're terrible to go back and watch. Like the A-Team, I love the A-Team. MacGyver, loved Airwolf. Those were probably my top 3. And then there was Knight Rider and all those other shows.
It had been a while since I logged on.
But you go back and watch the acting in some of that, it's terrible. But the one I would like to see come back is the A-Team. I think you could do a really cool A-Team now with George Papard, who was, the boss.
With him currently?
Well, he's dead, but but somebody to play
say.
that role, because I think that could be turned around, and with technology and the way they could do things now, it would be a pretty good series on Netflix or something like that. I would love to ask Cameron if there was a show from his childhood that isn't around anymore. But
Ed, Ed, and Eddie, I missed that one. Courage, Cowardly Dog was amazing.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I don't mean cartoons.
But you understand, people of Cameron's generation, that was the cartoon.
I mean, when you were around, 10, 11, 12, and you were watching TV shows. Was there anything back then what were you watching back then? Everything's changed so much.
I'm trying to think, honestly. I watched that. I watched Sweet Life with Zach and Cody, and then them on a boat.
See, we were forced to watch adult stuff, Jeremy, because there was just not enough kids content. But now there's so much kids content. There's more kids content than adult content.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was a cartoon with a pink dog, right?
Yeah, it was weird. It was super weird. I loved it.
It makes sense.
Dude, there's a bit where it was like a horror comedy mix.
Okay.
But the horror was genuinely kind of psychedelic in ways and just freaky.
Yeah,
Right now-
we did watch a lot of adult shows.
On Pluto TV, Jeremy, I think you would love Pluto. You need to.
I have it. I just
know,
don't
but
watch
you
it.
haven't. You haven't. They're changing stuff all the time. So get this. Right now, they have classic TV channels where they just run episode after episode after episode of a certain sitcom.
Series?
Right now, they have a Family Ties channel, a Happy Days channel, a One Day at a Time channel, a Three's Company channel, a Love Boat channel.
Oh, the Love Boat.
Beverly Hillbillies channel, Addams Family channel. And that's it.
And they just run these nonstop.
Yeah, it's just a nonstop episode after episode after episode of those shows on a loop. It's really kind of a cool thing.
The show, we brought it up a week or two ago, Three's Company. I want to go back and watch it. I watched it and loved it as a kid. I always thought Jack was funny, but I didn't get any of the jokes because they were over my head because I was 8, 10.
But you could pick up, even though you're a kid, you can pick up on the fact that Larry was a sleazeball.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Chrissy was coveted by every guy, but she was ditzy.
Yeah.
Jack was pretending to be what you thought at the time because we were so young. You thought he was just pretending to be a girl. You didn't know that he was.
Mr. Roper was a pervert.
Yeah, Mr. Roper, not only a pervert, but nosy. It was great.
Nosy pervert.
Yeah.
I never got Janet.
Mr.
Janet was kind of like this tough chick.
No, she was the one that pulled them all together.
Yeah, she was the smart one.
She was the even-keeled one. Her and Jack, for the most part, even-keeled. Jack, just had to hide the fact that he was straight in order to get the great deal on Rent. Well, seriously, bosom buddies. And what was happening in the late 70s with Rent? I was not paying rent in the late 70s, but was it really that big of a problem to where you had to pretend like you were either a woman or gay in order to get a cut?
Well, because back then, a single guy living with 2, women, that didn't fly. The standards were different.
I mean, the premise of Three's Company really falls flat now because so many people are in situations where they're living with a multitude of people, no matter what the sex, and nobody bats an eye at it.
805-543-3693. You can join the program. What sitcom would you like to see come back? What was your favorites of the past? You can let us know. KZOZ.com. New study says salesmen that have beards are more effective. Apparently, people that have beards are taken more seriously.
So when I saw this yesterday, I copied it and I put it in an email and I sent it to our entire sales staff. But the problem is half of our sales staff
women,
female.
Sucks to be you. Now, is what I have considered a beard? Mm-hmm. I keep it really short. Yeah, it's shorter than yours. Mm-hmm. But that's a good beard you have. You're great at growing facial hair. Here's my thing. I think to a certain extent.
Well, thank you.
According to a study, salesmen with epic beards are better at their jobs than guys who don't have beards. That's the impression. Now, what is an epic beard? Is that like the mountain man beard?
When I hear epic beard, I think that I don't think you're taken serious if you have one of these beards where it's got like a handlebar and then it flares out on the edges and it comes down to a point and it's meticulously groomed. I don't think people are taking you serious if you come up
people that use like mustache wax, and I think you take yourself too serious.
I actually got
anybody who forms their facial hair probably thinks they're a little bit special.
So I have a facial hair season. That season is usually about, I'd say, October to January. Some point in January, this is going to start to bother me. And I will say, okay, new year, new face. Get this off my face right now, and I will cut it all off. But I did get a gift pack last Christmas of some kind of beard balm and a brush for my beard and some oil for tattoos and beards. And I thought tattoo oil is a bit strange.
And you put it in your beard?
Yeah.
I don't use the oil, and I get that dandruff on my shirt. Beard dandruff. So you're supposed to use it. It's pretty good.
I've only used the oil one day, and I got to tell you, I think it made a difference.
Yeah.
I think it made a huge difference, actually, in how.
What does the oil smell like?
It smells good.
Oh.
It smells.
That's not what I meant, but I figured it didn't smell bad. I mean, the one I got smells very hippie, like very, not patchouli, but, kind of like
almost
that.
Almost not like a cologne.
That's what I need to get. Then I would wear beard oil. But yeah, once mine gets over a week, I have to trim it down because it'll
you
start
keep yours
itching.
too tight to wear beard oil because then you'll get all over your face. Like there's like gaps in yours. You know what I mean?
There is.
Yeah, there's gaps in mine. I'm not saying anybody. And I'm not saying my beard is perfect. But what I'm saying,
I keep it short.
You do keep it short, and I think the beard oil would come down to the skin a little too much, and then you might have shiny face. Kind of like somebody who's got short hair and they go to get their hair dyed.
Yeah,
and you can see their scalp when it's dyed. You might be able to see that.
That's so cheesy and gross.
You ever try to grow a beard, Cameron?
I grew my facial hair out a little at the beginning of quarantine. Like, I'll just
quarantine beard.
I'll just see, like, let's see how far it can go. I'm not gonna be seeing anyone anyways. And it got bad. It looked terrible. So now I let it just grow a little.
Did it look like the guys on Team America when they're trying to put the beard on to act like they were Muslim infiltrators?
Yeah, when he gives him the disguise. Yeah, that's what I looked like. It was patchy and horrible.
I don't think I could really grow much facial hair till about 30. It wasn't until as you hit your 30s, something changes in your body, and then all of a sudden the damn face hair comes quick. But before that, it's kind of tough. I had a goatee for a long time and then decided to have the whole beard in there. Anyways, so if you're thinking about a beard, if you have a beard,
and you're in sales,
be more confident, especially if you're in sales.
I want to know the psychology behind this, though. I want to know why. I mean, I do a little bit of sales, and I got to tell you, since growing the beard, I think people take me more serious or less, like I don't like to think that I come across as being a guy that's like, hey, check out our latest product, anything like that. But I'm just like, hey, here's what I have. I've not changed my pitch at all or anything like that.
Just the beard.
Yeah. But I think I am more approachable when I have a beard.
But if you came in with one of these lumberjack beards,
no,
that looks lazy.
That'd be silly.
Yeah.
That would be silly. I mean, then you become a clown. There's a delicate
Don't
balance.
start calling lumberjacks clowns.
Well, no, but
it's not a good idea.
It's a delicate balance, you know?
No, I know what you mean.
I mean, it's like you got to keep it somewhat respectable.
Because you're dealing with the public, you got to keep it manicured a little bit.
Yeah, you can't go in there looking like ZZ Top.
Hey, don't forget, we're giving away $50 to go to Smart and Final. It's a $50 gift card. You can get out there, shop for the holidays. That's coming up about 8:40 this morning.
93.3 KZOZ rocks. KZOZ Morning Sports.
Thursday night football kind of exciting last night. LA Chargers rookie QB Justin Herbert was 22 for 32 with 314 yards and 2 TDs against the Vegas Raiders. The two teams took the game into overtime, tied at 24. Then Herbert plunged a yard for the winning touchdown.
I formation. Herbert under center. Snap, sneak, dives, waiting for the signal. Touchdown, Chargers!
30-27 was the final. Former NFL star Chad Johnson charged himself $1 for each minute he kept restaurant staff past closing. The former wide receiver tweeted, "I'm being somewhat of an inconvenience for the kitchen and staff, being that they close at 10 p.m., and I'll be sure to bless my server $100 for every minute after 10 p.m. for the trouble." He ended up leaving a $1,300 tip. And the PGA will not force golfers to get the COVID vaccine. Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan said the PGA is encouraged by the vaccine news, and it'll help let fans get back on the courses.
Celebrate. How's the song go? Celebrate. Yeah.
Good times, come on.
No, I'm thinking about the Madonna one.
Celebrate good times, come on. What? Which one?
Holiday.
Oh.
Celebrate and holidays, really all coming up. Yeah. But this year, what do you have to celebrate? You know?
Family, friends.
Family and friends, yes.
From a distance.
But, I mean, normally you go big over the holidays and New Year's. You can't really do that this year. So now, celebrate by getting yourself something nice. Treat yourself. Celebrate the end of 2020 because it's in the rearview mirror, and it could be in the rearview mirror of a brand new Ford or a 2020 Ford from Paso Robles Ford.
Right now, get 0% 72-month financing plus $2,000 trade assist on all new 2020 Ford SUVs in stock. No payments for 90 days, no cash from you down at all, and you don't even have to drive to the dealership. That's right. You don't have to drive there to save there. Go to PasoFord.com.